Hello everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, we're on the zxspectrum 48K and we're looking at Panic Dizzy, published by Codemasters in 1991. Yes, it's another one of those side Dizzy games separate from the main puzzle platform games. Also come out on the Commodore Amiga, which I reviewed, and the Amstrad CPC and the Commodore 64. This one is sort of like a puzzle game, a reactions game. The story is you're in a toy shop and Grand Dizzy has made a machine that goes wrong, but where we are is matching up shapes to fall in certain holes before these plungers go down to the bottom. So you see these four plungers in white there, gradually going down. Shapes coming down towards us. We must move this thing down the bottom to collect all the shapes. There we go, and that's essentially it. When we do a number in a row, those plungers will go up the screen. A bit like Tetris, if those plungers go down to the bottom of the screen and we run out of room, then we are doomed. Right, let's see if I can get off level 1. So it's quite basic, this game, there's not much to it. The 128K does play music, I believe, but I'm reviewing it on the 48K because the 48K Spectrum was the one I owned as a kid, and I like to see what it would have been like playing it on that system. There we go. Right, hopefully I'll get off level 1. Now, as the levels progress, you get more and more different shapes, and the area to catch them on the conveyor below is smaller. Hopefully I will show you that to a degree. So I'm doing quite good at the moment, aren't I? I'm doing pretty well. On the Amiga version, it was like a 2-player, and if player 2 wasn't here, you could only use half of the screen. This is using all the screens, so in that degree it is better. So 8-bit glory. So I think I slightly prefer the full screen than half screen, so kudos there. I have reviewed a few side Dizzy games. Quick Snacks was one quite a while ago, and most recently Dizzy Down the Rapids, which was a tubing sort of like clone. A little bit boring, that one. As I say, I prefer the Dizzy games, the hardcore Dizzy games to these ones, but they're nice to see. I think this didn't necessarily need to be a Dizzy game, but Codemasters being clever put the Dizzy name on it, or we got to level 2 here, knowing that it probably get a little bit more interest if they did that. So we got to stage 2, so we've got a little bit less area to match stuff up on. Now, as you might have noticed, to get the shapes to go down the screen quicker when I've lined it up, I am pressing fire button on the joystick, and then all the items lined up to it will actually go down. If you miss it, then the plungers at the top there, I'll call them plungers, it's probably not the right technical word, will go down a little bit quicker. Yeah, so you either like this or you hate it. There we go, so done good again there. Let's get some more shapes. I think the maximum amount of different shapes coming down is like 4, and then it starts getting really hectic by that sort of point. You can select what level you start on, so you don't have to go right from the start again, which admittedly, once you're used to it, is a little bit boring. Now, if you had this one back in the day, let me know. On any system, Amiga, Amstrad CPC or Commodore 64. Don't believe it made it to the Mega Drive or the Genesis, but they're probably very similar games that did similar things, which hopefully we'll come to in the future. So this is by Codemasters in 1991, and Dizzy was a character invented by the Oliver twins, who are still going strong, still writing Dizzy games, I believe, for the Spectrum next. So this conveyor belt, yes, so all the buttons are left and right for the conveyor belt, and fire button to make the shapes go down quicker. And that's it. So we've seen all the gameplay, I'm afraid. It's like a toy factory, maybe around Christmas time. Right, okay, next stage again. So some blue triangles will be coming down, so look out for them. There's one. To get those plungers to move up the screen, we have to do a few in quick succession. I think it's about 3, I think. Oops, missed there. So it's getting a bit tricky now. Yes. Uh-oh. All going a bit wrong. Oh, that'll do us. No, it won't. Oh, come on. Please give me some. I just want them in. Good. Right, so 3 together. They go up again. So you have to wait for your moment. As you get less and less of the screen to work with, it does get trickier. And you know that doom is pending quite quickly. Boop, boop. We're in a toy factory, folks. That's all that can be said. So this is quite a wholesome game. There's no killing in this, no run and gunning and blowing stuff up and jumping on large platforms, I was going to say. Dizzy in the middle, he's not doing any dancing. He's got boxing gloves on. If you didn't know, Dizzy always wears boxing gloves. Sometimes it's hard to tell from graphics in other games. But he's a boxing glove egg. Now, if anyone doesn't want to start a fight, it's an egg, because one punch and he'd probably get smashed. Unless he's a hard-boiled egg. But anyway, that's still not going to give him too much protection there. So do check out the other reviews of the Dizzy games that we've done on the channel. Dizzy Down the Rapids. Quick Snacks. I think there's Bubble Dizzy as well. I haven't done as of yet, but we could put that on the list to come to. And I think that then that's pretty much all the Dizzy games done. I think there's Fantastic Dizzy I haven't done on the Commodore Amiga yet. And we've only got sort of like 2 inches of the screen left here, so death is imminent because I'm not going to be able to match up 3 with this little space. So it's all about getting your high score. There we go. Better luck next time, Dizzy. Starting level 1. That's it. Right, so you can use a keyboard, Sinclair joystick, Kempston, which I'm doing. Well, I'm using a Pro Tech joystick, a USB, because this is being emulated, I will tell you. I don't point a camera at the screen. People are good at that one, but I find I get the best quality by using a game capture card. So what you're seeing is pretty much what you would see if you played the game for real. Boom. Right, so we're starting on a higher level this time, as you might have seen. And this is when it gets really, really tricky. So you've only got like 1 square to work with. But having said that, I'm not doing too bad. So I'm getting my eye in. So this is as tricky as it gets, really. So you've got yellow star, blue triangle, green cross, and magenta circle. And I'm running out of screen really, really fast. Oh dear. I'm not going quick enough. Oops. Isn't that like a metaphor for life, really? You don't do your number of jobs quick enough at the right time. They all pile up and it's Doomsville. So work your way up to level 20. Don't start there straight away as I did. Otherwise goes won't last very long at all. ZX Spectrum, got to love it. Will I ever review every game ever? Well, that's unlikely, but we'll certainly give it a good go. Now, I'm back at work at the moment. As you know, by the amount of output on the channel's gone down a bit. But, fortunately, the amount of Spectrum games that go up has remained unchanged. Typically, we do about 3 a week. So we're gradually working through, so that hasn't diminished at all. Commodore Amiga has taken a bit of a bashing at the time being, and we've done more Sega Mega Drive, and the Commodore 64 has taken a bit of a backseat, but you know, time is of the essence. Hopefully things change in the future, but you know, there we go. That's life for you. That is life for you. Right. Going good. They're all a bit pink here, so you know, this looks a bit easy now, level 1, after seeing level 20. We'll make this one my last go, and then we'll get out of here. We'll see if we can get to level 20 the conventional way. But level 1 does seem a bit boring now, once you see those most advanced levels. And everyone's already saying, what's Nick going to be able to say about moving conveyor belts for the next 4 minutes? I don't know. This isn't going to last half an hour, at least I hope it doesn't. If it does, we might have to do a sometime later graphic to edit it out. But nice and colourful graphics, there's no real colour clash at all. It's nice to see, it's coded really well. More of a kids game, I would say, rather than an adults game. Has it aged well? Well, I suppose it has done, because basically what it's attempting to do is just match up shapes. And it's doing that quite well. Either matching up shapes in the modern day or retro days, not much has changed. Codemasters 1991. Good stuff. If you've got any comments about this game, then let me know. I'm not sure I had any clones. Talking about Dizzy games, I did see, I'm not sure if I review it or not really. It was an unofficial Dizzy game, not by Codemasters. It was like a clash of Boulder Dash, so I think it's called Dizzy Dash, something like that. I think it's from a homebrew from some Russian outfit. I'm not sure how good that one is. Might come to it, might not. Talking of Boulder Dash, we've reviewed, I think, 4 Boulder Dash in the actual real Boulder Dash games. I don't think the 4th one was actually a real one. There's Boulder Dash 5 and 6 I've got on my list. We might look at those, but I'm sensing they're just mods of the original game. Do like a bit of modding, but do like to see a bit of creativity as well. Not just the same thing over and over again. Right, as I've been jibber-jabbering along, we're not doing too bad. We're on stage 2 now, because the conveyor belt said of 4 shapes in a row, it's 2. So we've got bunches of 2, and we know what happens next, don't we? It's a blue triangle as soon as I've got enough in the thing. Right, there we go. Plungers. Oh, almost at the top of the screen, so everything is going well from a tactical point of view. This isn't up there with your Grand Theft Autos of the day. You wouldn't be able to release this in Grand Theft Auto, but it's something that could turn up as a mini game in Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? You're at a club somewhere and there's this video game at the side, load it up and you'll play this. It's a break from all the killing spree. Right, now, blue triangles. Let's go. Boof. Blue triangles, where are you? There's one there. So, as I say, 3 shapes in a row at the same time to make the plungers go back up again. That's not enough. That's not enough. There we go. Oh, I thought that was going to be it then. Just pick your point here. It's getting a bit... Yeah, the wheels are coming off a bit here. Uh-oh. I'm missing my opportunities. Plungers almost halfway down the screen. Oh, good stuff. What a save that was. This is not quite in the Olympics yet, but it's only a matter of time. And I've guessed another rescue from me. How long have we been playing this for? I didn't want this to go on for hours. At time of recording and going live, this is on a Saturday. Today, we'll probably have time to do 2 ZX Spectrum games. So I'll put up one a bit later on. I'll leave you guessing what it is till that point. But it's going to be a shooter, I think. Get a bit more excitement here. We can just blast a few things. This is a puzzle game. It's quite an advanced, at the same time, basic puzzle game. I know those two things are opposite to each other, I just said. But that's the way I roll. I think you know what I mean, don't you? Can we get to the yellow stars? That's what we're looking at. Good. Right. What's going to happen now? Right, so we've got the conveyor belt now is pretty testing here. The green crosses are divided up a little bit. Yeah, this is a bit technical. Good. Right, just check what's in line with the shapes coming down. I think you've already clocked that anyway. Boof. Boof is the name of the game. No, that's wrong. It's Panic Dizzy. Not Dizzy Panic. Panic Dizzy. Is it? Let's check. Yes, Panic Dizzy. So if you do a search for Dizzy Panic, you probably won't find it. Right, now, just get off the stage. Keep your concentration. This is going well. All 4 plungers near the top there, or stamps, or whatever they are, shoots. Probably better to call them shoots, isn't it, really? But detail in the brickwork is good there. They could have done that all as a plain graphic, but didn't. Adds a little bit to the depth of the game. ZX Spectrum didn't have many colours to play with, but good use here. But because it didn't have many colours to play with, quite often the games are quite vibrant. The other 8-bit systems don't look quite as vibrant as this. Their colours are a little bit more washed out, but having said that, they've got a greater palette. So it's whatever you're used to as a kid growing up, really. I'll never slag off one system over another, because I think they've all got their value, they've all got their self-worth. The reason why I review more ZX Spectrum games than anything else is because I grew up with that and I get a greater sense of nostalgia with that. Hooray! Right, okay, we got up to the yellow star there, so good. Got there without any cheats or jumping to that stage directly. Now, this is pretty much where we got so far, so I suspect now, don't want to prejudge, but I suspect everything's going to start going wrong in a minute. I haven't got too much of the screen to work with again. Yes. Doomsville awaits. One coffin ready for Nick gameplay from Panic Dizzy. Nice sound of the conveyor belt going back and across. That isn't annoying at all. They could have picked a worse sound, but that's alright. I'll let that go. Star. That's what they call it. Oops. Boop, boop. Oh dear. I think it's time to wave the white flag, folks. Yes, there we go. Yes, Doom. Game over Dizzy. So I did better than last time. I quite like that game for what it is. It's a puzzle game. I would have gone back to it every now and again, I think. And it is quite addictive to see how far you can get. It's a bit of a time waster, a bit like Tetris. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was a Panic Dizzy on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Codemasters in 1991. If you've got any memories of that game, any thoughts or any ideas, then please let me know in the comment section below. Your thoughts are always welcome. Creates a nice bit of friendly conversation. And that's the whole idea of retro gaming, to ease a bit bit of stress. A big thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far, helping it grow, really appreciate it. And also as well, those people who kindly share the videos on social media as well to spread the word about the channel and help it grow even more. Really appreciated. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.